Welcome to the video, DanDans. My name is Ian. This framing is all fucked up. The tripod is in the other room. I just shot this whole video. I think I'm looking at the wrong camera. I just shot this whole video. Now my house is a mess and I have to clean it up. So I'm not going to get the tripod or anything right now. I'm doing this guerrilla style. I like two things. I like to collect things and I like to share my passions with people. So I put up a Twitter poll recently asking you guys whether you'd like to see my Superman collection or my him collection first. And wouldn't you know it, it was a complete 50-50 tie. Which is fine for me, because now I get to decide which one I do first. There's no pressure to do one or the other. It also told me that you guys want to see both of them, which is also fine, because I was going to do both anyway. Let's get to it right now. This is my Superman collection. So I figured this is probably a good place to start, and I'm only shooting vertically so you can see the whole thing. Don't worry, I'm not an idiot. The whole thing is not going to look like this. It makes sense to start the closer look at the top shelf. So right off the bat, up on top we've got this framed canvas, which is super nice. I got from my brother and his lovely wife Jocelyn last Christmas, so thanks for that. In the middle, right here on the shelf, centerpiece, we've got the beautiful Alex Ross style Superman statue, super limited. I think there's like 5,000 of them. Mine is number 4673, I think. Could be wrong about that. If you have 4673, let me know that I'm wrong. These little knick-knack guys here, I'm not going to go in crazy detail on everything. Stu Murray 47 is a great Superman collector, probably the best in the world in my opinion. Best in the world in my opinion. Go to his channel, look at his collection. He knows the details off the top of his head on everything. It's fucking incredible. I'm going to go a little faster. These little guys here, I got for like 99 cents a piece. They're currently selling them at like Walmart and Target and shit, so those are cool. This little Supergirl, what the hell would you call this? A bust? I guess I got at Half Price Books for like half of what it cost, which was excellent. This Supergirl over here, which is damn near the same pose, I got at a comic book shop. That's from Diamond Select. I think a lot of the Diamond Select stuff is really nice. Back there is a Hallmark Superman statue, which is also limited to I don't know how many pieces. This is a little Superman chess piece. They've made like a whole series of these, and I have a couple of them. That's one. And this is the other, which is based on the new 52 Superman. And I'm seeing now that the base of that statue is very dusty, so please ignore that. This is the Warner Brothers store Superman, which I believe is also limited, snagged for a great price on eBay. Oh, this one bothers me. The Superman Justice League maquette back here. Let me try and move him, because I can see he's not facing the right way. Why don't I like this one? Look at his knees. I knocked him down. Well, I didn't knock him down. My shelf collapsed about a year ago, my old shelf, and he fell down and broke in half. And luckily, I was able to fix him. Just don't look at his knees. That bothers me. But they're expensive, so I don't want to buy another one. Up in front here, we got some more little knick-knack guys. The one on the left, this guy here, and this guy here were Batman v Superman merch. I don't remember what they're called, but they're die-cast metal, and they're really heavy. This one here, the darker one, I believe is haunted because he will not stand up straight. He constantly falls over and I constantly have to pick him up. It's the same exact thing as that one there. He doesn't fall over. What's the story behind that? I don't know. This Superman here came from I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it was a big, beautiful box that had a hardcover reprint of Superman #1. And this is the statue that it came with. It was really cool. I have the box somewhere. Maybe I'll show you the box. Down to shelf number 2. Of all the shelves, this is probably my favorite one. And we will start in the back here with this Supergirl statue, which is based on the TV show look of Melissa Benoist, which I did look it up. That is how you say it. The base is really fucking cool, because there's the 3D logo. It's dusty. God damn, is it dusty. Ignore that. But there's like blue around the logo, and it looks really cool. I love the way that this statue looks. They released the prototype images of this one, and I thought it was goddamn ugly. It didn't look anything like her. But in the actual product that got released, I think it looks a lot like her. And the suit is really cool. And that the fact that there's no yellow behind her S-shield, I think makes the costume stand out. This big-ass statue here right next to her is from the Batman v Superman line. I want to say it was DC Collectibles. Also has a posable cape, and I have it swooshed out a little bit there. The colors on this one match the colors from the movie, so they're a little darker, which I'm not too big a fan of. I think he looked way better in Justice League, but They captured his face pretty well, which I like, and I think the costume, there's insane amount of detail in the costume. I had my blinds open, so he's looking a little bright, but you guys get the picture, right? I want to say this is one of my favorites. I got this one, I want to say in stores. These were like a GameStop exclusive, this Superman statue, and I don't know if they just didn't sell or what, but they eventually put these things on a killer fucking sale. There was only one in the entire state of Illinois, and I was on the GameStop website, and I had it shipped to a store closer to me because they were selling it for $50. So I got it for like a third of the price, which is fucking cool with me. This statue right here is one of the crown jewels of my collection at this point. It's based obviously on The Dark Knight Returns, and this one was super expensive. It's still expensive. I got another great deal on it because they had like an Amazon gift card, and it was on a crazy sale, and I put all those things together, and I was like, you know what, now's the time to grab it. I love the detail on Superman smashing Batman's fucking kryptonite gun there. I love the wires coming out of Batman's belt that led to the light post. And if you spin this statue around, you can see Robin hiding in one of the little compartments of the tank that they are fighting on, which is this giant base that they are standing on. But I'm not going to spin it around because it would fuck up the whole shelf. But just know that it's there, and it's really cool. This guy right in the center here is made by Icon Heroes. He's one of the 2 Icon Heroes Superman statues that have come out so far. I ordered this one on Amazon for like $30, and I could not believe how cheap it was, and it showed up, and it's fucking gorgeous. Because it's like 9 inches tall. It's really big for the price. There's a lot, if you're into like action figure or statue collecting, you know there are a lot of overpriced things out there that don't exactly seem like they're worth the amount being charged for them. This one was exactly the opposite. I felt like I got a really cool fucking statue for a great price, which I'm always a fan of. This one right here is the other Icon Heroes Superman statue that has been released so far. I'm having trouble focusing on him because I feel like he's getting blocked out of the sunlight. But there we go, that's a little better look. This is based on the Rebirth look of Superman, like his newest costume. Base is dusty, ignore that. God damn, I should have prepared for this video a little better. But it's my day off, and I didn't. I cleaned the rest of the house, and I didn't dust the shelf. But yeah, this one is based on the Rebirth look, and I don't know which one I like more of the Icon Heroes. This guy here or that guy there. I don't really feel the need to compare them. I just know that I like them both. These guys here are all from Kotobukiya, and the first one that I bought was the first one they released here, which is the New 52 Superman look. His face is kind of fucking weird. If you get a good look at it there, I've heard people describe it as kind of like, almost like an anime look, you know, like they really tried to go with like what the drawing of him would look like, and sometimes he looked like that in the comics. I'm not a huge fan of the S shield on him because it's like gold behind the red, which in the comics it's not. It's like a really bright yellow. But I do like the look of the armor, and he shines really well, which is cool. He's kind of glittery, you know what I'm saying? The second Kotobukiya Superman that I bought that's like of this size is this guy here, which is based on the Rebirth look, just like the Icon Heroes statue that we just saw. And he's got the blue boots. That kryptonite did not come with him, nor did all the dust on the base. But I was not a fan of the blue boots look with like the red trim on the boots. I thought it was fucking ugly. So I'm glad they didn't stick with that look very long. But the statue I like. I was not sold on this one when I saw the prototype pictures. I had to see it in person to like it, which is something Stu Murray told me. He's like, dude, when you see one of these in person, you'll understand. And god damn it, he was right. The third Kotobukiya Superman that I own of this size is the newest one they've released that's based on the Justice League look, which there's a nice little base there. If you compare it to the Batman v Superman right behind him, they're the same character, same look, just 2 movies apart, but look at the difference in the color of the costumes. Bright blue, gold, bright red. Back here you got that dark blue. The S shield is looks like it's rotting off, super dark. I'm a fan of this one. I'm a big fan of that one. He's super detailed. Look at that shit. That's insane. How do they get that much detail in something that small? It's crazy. Moving down, third shelf. Now we are on to the action figures. I guess we'll kind of go through this pretty fast, much to the chagrin of Captain McKay, but I don't really know all the details on these guys, so I'm going to do my best. Over here, obviously, we've got New 52 Superman, which he's really cool. I think he's one of the better figures that I have. Back here, this Superman is based on All-Star Super... No, he's not. This one is based on Last Son, Superman Last Son, which is one of my favorite Superman stories. I honestly don't think it looks like him from those comics at all. I think I've called this Superman Brock Lesnar Superman before because he's enormous, and I'm not a big fan of the look, but you know what I'm saying. Look at the cape. The cape is so weird. It's like a light pink. I googled this one before I bought it to make sure it wasn't fucked up, and they all look like that for some reason. Behind them, you can see the Superman vs. Doomsday Collector Set. Luckily, I got this one through my work. A kid came in and traded it in. He had one of those jobs where like you clear out houses when people move or people die or whatever, and he had 5 of these, and I bought one of them, and I was like, dude, if you bring back the rest of them, we'll buy those too, but he never came back. So I bought this one. He never came back with the rest of them. Who knows what he did with it. Back in the front, we've got this DC Universe Classics line, I believe, Superman, which is obviously based on the classic look. Red boots, got the red undies, you know what I'm saying? Super nice red cape. Back there, that Superman came with... Fuck. Which one did he come with? I don't remember. He might have come with this guy right next to him in a 2-pack. But I really don't remember. I wish I did. Huh. That's weird. This Superboy here, right in the center, up front. I fucking love this figure. I don't know dick about Superboy, nor am I super interested. But I love the look of the figure. I believe this was like his 90s look. Right around the death and return of Superman. I think they were calling him the Metropolis Kid at first. But I love the jacket, I love the shades, and this reminds me of the Death and Return of Superman video game. Because back then, I didn't know what the fuck was going on with all those characters. I just knew that this guy was in it, and I thought he looked cool. This guy back here, I believe, is from the Public Enemies Batman Superman line, or Superman Batman, whatever you want to call it. Based on the Kingdom Come look, which is one of my favorite looks for Superman. This Superman has the Ed McGuinness head to it, which is that super squared, blocky jaw. I do not like Ed McGuinness's artwork. And I might sound a little negative with some of the shit I'm saying, but, you know, I don't love every piece that I have. You know, some of them are based on looks that I find kind of weird, like Brock Lesnar Superman over here. But, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I like the figure. It's just the Ed McGuinness head that throws me off. This guy right here, my brother came over recently, and he looked at him, the sketch style Jim Lee New 52 Superman. My brother goes, he looks expensive. And I was like, you know what? Actually, you'd be surprised. I think I got this guy for $30 on Amazon. And I think he's one of the coolest figures that I own. The sketch style is super awesome. They did a Batman and a Wonder Woman as well. And this guy came in that packaging back there, which is really cool. If you open it up, it's got like blueprints of how they drew him and stuff. But I'm not going to open it up right now. You can Google the pictures if you want to see it. Back here, this big-ass Batman came in a 4-figure set, I believe, that came with Robin, Batman, the Joker, and Superman from The Dark Knight Returns. You can see he's got the weird-ass Frank Miller hair, the giant S symbol, and the really dark muted colors, which, you know, I don't like. But The Dark Knight Returns is one of the greatest of all time. I love it, even if it's one of the only good things Frank Miller ever did. This guy up front, I think, is gorgeous. Super cool looking. Basically, classic Superman. Don't remember where I got him. Don't remember what I paid for him, but he is one of the best figures I have. So why I have no details on him, no idea. I just have a bad memory. Back here, we've got another Superman from the Superman Batman Public Enemies line, which I think I'm right about saying that. Obviously based on the Ed McGuinness artwork, the weird eyebrows, super squared off butt chin. Not a fan of the look, but I think I got this guy a long time ago. Like, before I even had committed to collecting all things Superman, I think I came across this one for like a few dollars, and I was like, fuck, he's cool, I'll pick him up. Got the Man of Steel Superman figure in the front here. Dark colors, as the DC movies have had so far, mostly, other than Justice League finally brightened it up. I mean, he stands out from the rest of them because of his dark colors, but I prefer the brighter colors. But the figure's cool. Back here, this is not an action figure. It is actually a giant HeroClix thing. You can see the very dusty base there. I got this guy at Toys R Us on a clearance because his box was all fucked up. And I was like, I don't know what HeroClix is. It sounds like like a board game or something, or a tabletop game, I should say. But it doubles as like a nice little statue. And for like the $9 it was marked down to, I snatched it. This Superman here is based on, I don't know why I keep saying this Superman. Obviously, they're all fucking either Superman or Supergirl. You get the picture. This one here is based on the Jay Lee artwork from Batman Superman, the New 52 version. I am split on Jay Lee's artwork. I'm going to move him a little bit because he's not really getting any sunlight. There we go. I think his art style is cool. Like the deep like wrinkles that a lot of them have in their faces, and they're very long and lanky and skinny. Like compare this Superman or that Superman or this Superman to the Jay Lee version, and he's fucking lanky, you know? He's like long and thin. I think the style is cool, but I cannot get into reading this book because of the look of the... In the back, I accidentally glossed over this Muhammad Ali versus Superman action figure set, which one of our sister stores at work had it, and it's still in the box and everything, and it's nice, so I bought it because it was a good price. And this 4-figure box set right here is called Superman Through the Ages, and it has the very early Superman right there. It has the robot Superman right there. Top left is Superman from Hush, and top right is like the traditional Alex Ross look. Not exactly the Kingdom Come version, the traditional version of Superman from Alex Ross. We will go through this shelf faster because it's more action figures. This guy down here, I don't even really know what these guys are called, but I thought he was cool. The sun is really fucking me here on this one. There we go. If you take his hair off, there's a switch in his head that will turn his eyes red, which is really cool, but he's such a pain in the ass. Every time you touch him, his arms and legs fall off. This Cyborg Superman is one of my favorite figures I have. I think he is so goddamn cool, and it reminds me of the Death and Return of Superman video game, which I constantly rented growing up. Here's a cool little Superman Pez dispenser, which kind of looks like the mask from Halloween 4 for some reason. This Bizarro figure is fucking ugly, and in the best way. His fingernails are black, his suit is all fucked up, his head looks like it's melting and like decaying away. I love this figure. His cape is all tattered down there, which I think is another really cool touch. Back here we've got this Superman in the black suit, which he's a little fucked up, but I bought him used. I did not do that. I don't even really know what this is from, to be honest with you, but he's cool. Over here we've got the long hair black suit Superman, which is from like, you know, Death and Return of Superman, the comic, when he came back. Black suit, no cape, silver shield. I love that one. I found these two guys at a comic shop, loose in a little baggie for like $4. That is a Tom Welling Clark Kent from Smallville, and next to him is the Clark Kent from the DC Universe Classics line, which I think is kind of expensive, but I got a good deal on him, so I bought him. In the back there, still in the package, is a DC Direct Superman based on All-Star Superman. One of my favorite figures, I got him at half-price books for like $20, and I think he goes for like 3 times more than that now, or at least he did at the time that I bought him. I love this figure, and I don't normally keep my shit in the packages anymore. I like to display them like loose, as you can see. But the packaging on that one is so pretty, I don't really want to fuck it up, you know? Right here in the middle, we've got Superman Red and Superman Blue. Truth be told, I have never read any of the comics where he existed. Nor will I. This Superman here is showing my bit of lack of knowledge in this area. What is this thing? Is this the Red Lantern? Is this Black Lantern Cyborg Superman? Is this from Blackest Night? I don't really know, but he looks cool as fuck. These little guys down here are called Mini-Mates, and the Superman statue that was up top when I said the Kryptonite did not come with him, it came with these guys. What kind of suit is Clark Kent wearing? You know what I'm saying? That shit is vacuum sealed to him. This Steel figure is another one of my favorites. I think he is so cool. I love the giant shield bolted to the rest of his armor. I love that his helmet is like bolted on. Everything about him is bolted on. Another favorite. I know I've used the word favorite a couple times here, but this is, I believe it's Composite Superman / Composite Batman. Don't even really know the details behind this one. I've seen images of it online and like the book where it takes place. All I know is I came across it for like $15 and it was loose and I bought it and he looks really cool. And he looks like he glows in the dark and you're wondering, does he glow in the dark? And the answer is no. I got this Super Doom figure. It was a New 52 story where Superman, he killed Doomsday because Doomsday came back, and Superman's like, dude, I know what's going to happen. This is really bad. So he just like crushed him up. Superman breathed in the dust of Doomsday, and he got infected with the Doomsday virus. I think I got this figure for like $6. I saw it at Walmart, and they marked it down, and I didn't buy it, and then they marked it down again. I was like, fuck, they want me to buy it, so I snatched it. Right up in front here, the name Rock Candy, that's what they're called. The name was escaping me for a second. These two cool little Supergirl statues are made by Rock Candy. One of them's like the classic look. The other is like the TV costume look based on Melissa Benoist's. These are super cool. I wish they would make Superman statues in this style because I think they're really cool. This little guy right here, I believe, is made by Eagle Moss. They make tiny little statues. If you go on Amazon, this guy's like $15, and it's called a statue. Man, this ain't no motherfucking statue. He's like 3 inches tall. That does not make a statue for me. But I didn't pay that much for him, so I'm cool with it. This guy here, Crypto. He was a Comic-Con exclusive, which who even really knows what that means anymore? Because I bought him at a local comic book store for $10. So, exclusive to what? Just glossing over some shit real quick because we're already going kind of long. These two here came from the same set, which I believe was based on Superman Doomsday, the animated feature. There's a little Superman towel down there, playing cards, a little Pop Hero keychain. This guy came in like a Christmas ornament set, I believe, with a Darkseid statue, which is not shown here. I got a 2-pop collection, Batman v Superman. That's the glow-in-the-dark version. They're super covered up back there, which is a bummer. But I have the rest of the pops displayed on the next shelf. Supergirl and Bizarro pops. The Bizarro is a Hot Topic exclusive. I think he's kind of expensive now, which is cool. This little Action Comics, like Kenner-style figure that you can see back there if it'll focus. He was part of like a Superman exclusive like Funko box or something. I don't remember where I got him, but I don't have the whole box. I just have him, which is all right with me. Last shelf down here of the giant shelf are the Funko Pops. And we'll go real quick. Right here is Superman #1, which was a fall convention exclusive. What convention? I don't know. I didn't go to it. Down here we have the Summer 15 convention exclusive, 16. False God Superman. Again, we sell these guys at my work. So, exclusive to what? What are you talking about? This GameStop exclusive Blackest Night Superman is cool. He's black and white. Got the Batman Dark Knight Returns version of Superman. You've got the New 52 style, which this is back when I feel like Pops were kind of new, and the Superman, they were really fucking lame. It's like the lame regular body, no detail in the face. Look how far they came with the Dark Knight Returns one. He's got the wrinkles in the face, he's got the eyebrows, he's got a different pose. These guys are super lame, the original Pops. I'm not a big Pop collector. I only get Superman ones. I think these are fucking lame otherwise. Down here is the Hot Topic exclusive black and white Superman, which is kind of cool. Right next to him, this is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite Pop, is the Clark Kent Pop. He was a Hot Topic exclusive, which I believe is pretty expensive now. On top of him is the Man of Steel Pop for Superman, which we're not getting a whole lot of light and details there, but, you know, it is what it is. He looks the same as the rest of them, you know. He's pretty expensive now, too, which is cool. Moving over, we have the Batman v Superman Pop, which finally they gave him a cool pose. He's actually flying. There's a little clear base in there. Right below is the Entertainment Earth exclusive Black Superman. He glows in the dark. They also did an Aquaman, a Wonder Woman, and a Batman. I don't really understand the black with blue. I think it was just a color scheme they decided to do for some reason. Moving over is the regular Superman Pop, which was, I think he had to be like one of the first ones too, right? He's really plain. And up top is the newest version of Superman, the Justice League, which he looks exactly like the Batman v Superman one. Just a little few lighter details on the costume. They added eyebrows, and he's in a new, cooler pose. Just some more of the art on my walls. This I actually painted myself. You can see some cracks in the yellow now, which is kind of upsetting. It was in my car for a little bit, and I think it got bent or whatever, which is kind of lame. It's spray paint and acrylic paint. It's not that good, you know what I'm saying, because I'm not that good of a painter. But the idea of like the red coming down from the corners was it's supposed to kind of look like his cape in a way, draped over his shoulders, and this a lot of the stuff I paint is very messy like that. Like, I like drips, I like messy colors, and this was just my take on what Superman's suit might look like. Down here is another painting that I did. No, I'm just kidding. You can see it's way more detailed than the one I actually did. I think this came from like Hobby Lobby. I got this as a gift. And it's really cool, so I hung it up. Down here, I love this. This is a giant puzzle. There is my hand for scale on that fucker. A lot of pieces, as you can see. I don't remember exactly how many pieces, but have you ever put together a puzzle that's that shape before with those sharp corners? This was fucking hard to do. The beautiful Tara Darcy and I put this together ourselves, and it took a while, and we got some puzzle glue, and I framed it and put it up because I love it. I even have Superman video games, and I don't want to exclude anything. So here is Superman Returns on the PS2. That game sucks. Here is Superman Shadow of Apocalypse on the PS2. Actually a really fun game. It's based off the animated series. This is a very recent pickup, one of my favorite things I have, The Death and Return of Superman on Super Nintendo. I always used to rent the Genesis version growing up, but the Super Nintendo version is the one that came into my work recently, so I grabbed that. And complete in box on Sega Genesis, it's like $90 fucking dollars. So no thank you. I paid $20 for this game and I made the case myself. This is another recent grab. It's Justice League Task Force on Super Nintendo, which is basically Injustice before Injustice was around. It is a 16-bit fighting game that was on Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. And this one is complete in-box with the manual and everything. And I have a soft spot for this game, even if it's not that good. But I love this game. And it showed up in my work for like a good price, so I didn't want to leave it behind. This is probably one of the cooler things I have on the video game front. This is Superman for Atari 2600. If you've ever seen the Angry Video Game Nerds Superman episode, he covered this game. And this game sucks. This game is not good at all. Such is the story with most Superman video games, unfortunately. I guess I'll show you these cool magnets that I have on my fridge. Alex Ross Superman, just a plain little logo there. The Rebirth Trinity, all with their new looks. This one's really cool. He's like 3D in the flying pose. And then we got Wonder Woman and Supergirl down there. This Superman Blu-ray box set, the motion picture anthology, it has Superman 1, 2, 3, 4, and Superman Returns. Not all of those movies are good, but I love this set because it comes in this cool-ass packaging. The special features on this are awesome, and there is an insane documentary called It's a Bird, It's a Plane, It's Superman on here. If you can track that down on YouTube for free, even if you're not a fan, just check it out. That documentary is great. This right here is the complete Max Fleischer collection, which this is all the Superman cartoons from the 30s. And I got this for like, I think like $7 on Amazon. And it's got all 17 of them, and anybody can release this. So you've probably seen these everywhere. You've probably seen it in a dollar store. These are public domain. And I have considered putting this on the YouTube channel, like just every episode of it, which I haven't done it because I didn't make it, you know, but I figured I'm a big Superman fan, and putting it online would make it easier for other people to watch them, and it's public domain, so I couldn't get in trouble. Got Man of Steel on Blu-ray right there. Got, where did it go? I don't know where, there it is, Batman v Superman. That movie sucks, you know what I'm saying? You were asking yourself, isn't that enough shit now? Are we done? And the answer is no. This is the Batman v Superman soundtrack on vinyl, which is a trifold. So this thing is enormous. You can see Patch's toys in his bed over there. This thing is absolutely huge. There are 4 records inside of here, and one of them is etched on one side, and I'll pull that out to show you. And this right here is laser etched. Super nice, really cool detail. Got the logo up top and both the characters at the bottom, with that very fine text down there. Dude, I'm a vinyl collector too, so this is really goddamn cool. More vinyl records. This is the Superman 2 original soundtrack. And it says that the Superman shield is laser etched. It's emblazoned on the disc, which is weird. Wait till you see this shit. How cool is that? You can't feel them. There's no, like, they're not raised, they're not 3D, they're just in the record, which is really cool. I don't really have any idea how they do that. I called the other one laser etched. Maybe I used the wrong term. Maybe this is laser etching. These ones right here were made by Mondo. If you're a record collector, you know exactly who Mondo is. They always come out with
Beautiful shit with beautiful artwork on beautiful records. And these look exactly the same, but they're not, and I'll show you why. The records themselves are the shape of the S shield, which is crazy. These are definitely the most unique shaped vinyl records that I own. And let's pick this one up here. You can see it's also transparent. So that's green. It's like the Kryptonite version. This was the more rare version. Flip it over nice and easy there. And it's the Superman animated series soundtrack. And let me turn it so we can actually get a look at the track listing. There you go. It's a 45. It's a little big for a 45. Usually they're just 7 inches, but you know what I'm saying. These are gorgeous. I love these. I did an unboxing on this red one here years ago. It's got a couple hundred views. Check that out because I play a little bit for you. I have to mention how beautiful the inside of this record is. Check that shit out. That is insane. This right here I am super proud of. I actually just bought this a couple days ago because I got an excellent price on it. Came across it in person, which I never had before. It's Superman versus the Amazing Spider-Man. A lot of people don't even know that this exists. It's in really good shape from 1976. I'm going to be very careful with it. The pages have yellowed just a little bit, but it's still in excellent shape. I don't believe in like grading comics and just hanging onto it waiting for the value to go up. I think that's kind of fucking lame. So I'm going to read this and then I'm going to get it in a nice frame. I'm going to hang it up on my wall. This is one portion of my comic shelf. I guess this is the graphic novel shelf because the comics, you know, that's like the individual issues. Okay, Jesus Christ. If you ever wondered what the entire run of New 52 Superman looks like sprawled out on somebody's bedroom floor, it looks like this. Now, there are several variants and whatnot mixed in there, too, so there's more than 52 issues here if you're counting all of them, but I got a lot of them really cheap, which was nice, otherwise I wouldn't have them. A lot of them just have really gorgeous covers, and I wanted to get them, and collecting singular issues, especially from New 52, is not an expensive hobby. So this is what they all look like. I realize this is a bit much, but you know what I'm saying? I really was not looking forward to this because it's such a mess and now I have to clean it up. But I'm only going to make a video like this one time. So yeah, that's the entire New 52 run. Highs and lows in there, but you know what I'm saying. The single issues I have up top is the full Bizarro series from 2016. The next row, all 6 of those are The Coming of the Superman by Neil Adams. That book fucking sucks. Don't read it. It's terrible. Fuck Neil Adams. Right after that, starting over here with this crazy glare, this is Superman American Alien, all 6 issues, or 7 issues I should say, by Max Landis. I have a lot of the variants. I don't have them all because some of them just carried ridiculous prices I was not willing to pay. Right after that is Lois and Clark, which is the story that led up to pre-Rebirth Superman, like Crisis Superman, coming back and replacing the New 52 Superman who would then die. And because it never stops, yeah, I have all these Superman, I guess you would call them throw pillows on my bed. This one in the middle was made by a lady named Barb, who takes donations for a children's charity. So the $12 that cost went to a children's charity. That was nice. And this one right here was found by a friend of mine at a thrift store for $0.25. So I threw it in the washing machine and now I have it. So yeah, DanDans, that was mostly everything. I don't even know where the camera is because it's front facing right now. I don't know what I did with the tripod, but yeah, that's like the majority of my Superman collection. I have to now clean up the colossal mess that I've made showing you all of this shit, but it was worth it. I hope you thought it was worth it. It was fun for me to show everybody all the shit that I have and all the shit that I'm going to, unfortunately, probably continue to accumulate because I can't help myself, but you know what I'm saying. I try to be responsible with it. I want to know about your collections. I really do. I'm not just saying that because I want to drive traffic on the video. I like when people collect stuff, and I want to know what you guys collect, and I want you to, if you can take a picture, show me your shit. If you want to do a video like I did, show me your shit. This took me like an hour to shoot this all, and editing it's going to be super easy. So yeah, I want to see what stuff you guys have. I love you. I hope you like my Superman collection, or whatever. Have a good day, though.